Guys, Basil and Will from Grayson Hobby, and today we got the Dynam B26. All right, we're gonna open it up, and we're going to we're gonna open it up. It's got the factory installed retracts, factory installed flaps, and factory installed LEDs.
Guys, as you can see, this box is huge. This is definitely probably about the same size as the BF110 box, roughly.
I think it's bigger.
I think it's longer, but not as tall.
So you can see here, it's a nice black and white cover on the box.
Do you think this is production box or is this
I think it's production, yes.
Okay.
I don't know. Well, if yours is colored, then great. I've been begging Dynam to send this forever, and they finally did. If you can see here, it's got a 59-inch wingspan, otherwise known as a 1500 millimeter. Length is 44.3 inches, or another 1126 millimeter. The flying weight is 230 or 2350 grams. What does that weight make ounces?
16.
All right, we'll add it in. Motors, you got your Tomcat motors. It's got 3512, 650 kV, 2. And what's cool about this is the first time in forever, first time in history of Dynam, counter-rotating props.
We'll see when we open the box.
We don't know. Again, this is something I've been asking them to do for years and years and years.
Skylord 40 amps, guys. The Detrim 40s have been replaced. They are using the Skylords now, which are newer, more advanced speed controls, so it should have smoother startup, things like that. A lot of people, don't like the low cogging. So that should be fixed with this. We'll see.
And then we get to my favorite: 7 regular 9-gram servos, and then 2 17-gram servos.
I wonder if these are plastic or metal gear. I'm assuming they're all plastic.
I don't know. Find out.
We'll see. Battery 4,000, or it's supposed to be 14.8 volts. That's a little error.
It only says 4.8. That's wrong.
So, let me fix that.
It's supposed to be 14.8 volts, and it's a 4000 25C. No way. All it should be. So.
I got you, Dynam. Don't worry about it.
All right.
It's fixed now.
Now it's 14.8 volts. Yay! All right, so let's break this bad boy open.
All right, let's get it open.
Decals. So we have, looks like there's 4 stars. It's got this, what is that, a shark, or what is that mouth?
Yeah, it's basically like your shark mouth, I guess. However, that's not pre-installed. Like, I thought that was going to be a decals on it. Like the BF110 has the bee or the hornet on it. Looks like that's actually nice. I'm glad they did that because I didn't want the shark mouth on mine.
We got 3 aileron plugs. We have flap, aileron, and LEDs. So these suckers are already pre-wired, ready to go. Awesome.
Why don't we get stuff out and then we'll open it up. 10.5 by 8, sorry.
I've been told by Will I cannot talk anymore. I'm too excited. So he's going to continue over this opening.
All right, guys. So what you have in the box, besides the decals sticker sheet, we have the fuselage here. This is going to have both your motors, ESCs, the retracts, all that pre-installed. So that's the fuselage there. The next thing you're going to have is the 2 wings. Now your the outer pieces of the wings is a 3-piece wing assembly. You're going to have the servos on it for the flap and the aileron, 1 on each side. You'll also have an LED light. So that's that. Moving on from there. Weirdo. All right. Moving on from there, we have both the normal and reverse props. So there's counter-rotating props on this. You're getting 1 spare of each, so you'll have 2 on the plane and 1 set of spares. So I'll come with those. Now, one thing to mention is the inserts.
All right, my band has been lifted. So I want to go over the hub.
Yeah, the actual prop hubs have inserts in them that you'll put front and back to lock down on.
Both sides. 10.5 by 8 is what the stamp says right here.
We're going to go over this is just like your little cockpit sticker set, so that also is a separate bag there. Windshield for the canopy. And you got your actual front window on the front of the plane. This is your tail window. This is going to go on the back of the plane for the tail gunner. So
it's hard to see, but they're pieces of plastic, molded plastic, clear molded plastic.
Yeah, with painted silver on it. It also does have a gun for the nose and extra screwdriver, Allen wrench, a couple extra screws, stuff like that. So that's that there. We got the wings, and then you got the elevator assembly here. And keep in mind, it is actually more like a V-tail kind of setup.
Don't get it and put a book on it and flatten it out.
Yeah, it's not warped. It's actually supposed to be like that. So the B26 has a really cool tail on it.
And there's actually a molded
yes,
in there.
This has carbon spars actually molded into it for strength. So I think that's going to hold up very well on this. The vertical, this is a huge vertical on this thing.
That is big. So just in comparison, this is almost the same size as the elevator half. That's pretty big. And then one thing I wanted to mention before you get going, the hinges are kind of stiff.
Yeah, you want to...
So before you put any electronics hooked to them, give them a couple of turns on them or a couple of deflections, if you want to call it that. Break it in a little bit because they're paint.
Yeah, one or two each direction will help. It doesn't stress the servos as bad or anything like that.
All right, so just do each one, give it a couple of deflections, and you should be good to go. So last but not least is the hardware.
This is what we got here. I didn't mention these are the inserts. It actually comes with a total of 8, so every prop will have a set of inserts. You got the 2 really goofy pilots. Yeah, get these pilots out of here. That pilot, that's gone. He's
some kind of electronics thing in the rear airplane.
It's a little molded avionics thing.
Right behind the wheel, there is a
beyond the nose gear. Okay, so that goes beyond the nose gear. So we got that
center mass of the fuselage.
We have our control horns here. Looks like it's rudder, elevator, and I thought the ailerons were pre-done.
Yes.
So I guess it comes with 2 extra control horns because they're not really needed on anything.
You need
collets, these are very beefy. These are like the Tomcat collets. No.
What?
Reverse threaded.
Really?
Oh, guys, that's really cool. Okay, so it looks like Dynam's taking a play from their multi-copters. Looks like they have actually included 1 clockwise and 1 counterclockwise threaded prop nut. So when you go to get it and you start turning, and it's too tight, it's probably because it's reverse thread. So you shouldn't have to force it. They're machined extremely well on this thing. Wow, these are made really nice.
And then my favorite of the new bunch is this LED driver.
Yes, we got an LED driver here that's going to be included. This is new for Dynam, especially included in their planes. This is going to be a LED driver. I don't know if it's programmable or not. We'll have to see on that one.
No, this one's not.
Just it's just flashing.
But the cool thing is if you can see the wings, they don't come with those bare leads anymore.
Yeah, they're actually
come with plugs for the LEDs. You literally just plug that into this driver, and now your LEDs would work.
So there's very little to do on this plane, really. And last but not least, you got your glues. Your glue. This is good for like the control horn, stuff like that. It's kind of like a foam tack glue. This is a rubber cement glue. It's not a 2-part epoxy. It's actually, you put it on, let it air dry for like 5-10 minutes, and then stick it on. You got a Y harness here. I'm guessing that's probably for ailerons or something like that. We'll get to that when we get to it. Glue for the pilot. Guys, I don't recommend using this glue on the canopies and all that. It will fog up the windows. I very rarely use this glue. I would throw this one away.
Okay, that's really all the parts.
Yeah, there's not much to it, so I think...
Want to dive into the fuselage? All right, so just for fun, against Will's advice,
taking apart something.
I'm going to take it apart. I want to see what's inside this wing. Gotta see. Screws off here. They come off like so. Here we go. Get all 4 somewhere on the table. And drum roll, please. Oh, wow. Here, let's grab that camera. Wow, look at that. There's your 17-gram servos right back there. Those are huge 17-gram servos. With, what are those? Oh, so you have 2 lines or 2 control rods.
Elevator.
So that collet right there is connecting your 2 control rods for your elevator, which are here and here. Right. So they go to 1.
I gotta know.
So we can't figure out our servo situation here. 9 servos.
That's gonna fall.
What are you doing?
I want to see if it's metal ground.
It's not a good idea to open it. Saves too much time.
Since you're taking it apart, I'm gonna help. I'm gonna take it off.
Hey, wait, let's see. How do you know if it's plastic or not?
Oh, so
you look at the top part. So it's plastic?
Yeah, that's good.
Would you swap those out?
Oh, absolutely.
I would. If it's my plane, I would swap them out.
MG16Rs all day long. Yes. They fit almost exactly the same. So.
Okay.
Look how wide those wheels are.
So while we're down here, we got the... Holy moly. So while we're down here, we got the hinges for the flaps and all that nice wiring.
So guys, if you're missing wheels for your Traxxas Rustler, you can take them off your Dynam Marauder. Holy crap.
Holy cow, those are about 2 inches wide there. Have to do this part. We don't recommend this part.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
All right, and back you go. What do we got here, Will?
All right, so the cowlings are on very tight.
And
looks like magnets to hold it.
We got how many magnets? We got 1,
3,
2, and 3.
See, this is a 650 kV 3512 motor. I believe that's actually the different KV version of what the BF110 used.
I don't remember. So what we got here?
Okay, this is a mess. Now we did open it up to take a look at it, and this is actually tied up pretty nice from the factory. But
so one thing I want to point out is the ones from Grayson Hobby will include XT60s. I believe the whole industry eventually is going to go to XT60s. So first step in the new airplane is to go to a new connector, and then also
these are actual AMAS connectors.
And what does that mean?
These are really high quality connectors, XT60 style. All right, moving into here, we got a bunch of wires. And one thing I noticed right off the bat, these are labeled. So the channels.
What does that say?
Now the channel, this is 6.
Okay.
And then you got like 1 through, looks like 1 through 6. So all they're numbered here. Now that's pretty nice. Granted, depending on what radio,
yeah,
you know, one might be throttle, one might be
well, it's
aileron.
probably based off of their radio.
It's probably based off the top of base.
Yeah. All right, well that looks like a fun mess you can play with later on.
But you got plenty of room for the biggest of big batteries.
All right, so for the battery hatch, this is the Wild Scorpion 4200 4-cell 45C, which I recommend. It fits right in there, no problem. Nothing is humongous down there. You could probably put a 10,000 milliamp.
Now, that being said, depending on what battery you use, you're going to want to balance the plane. And going to the back of the plane, I want to point something out. This plane actually has some ballast in the rear there.
There's a piece of lead in there. We don't know how big it is, but we're not going to find out. Does that rotate? Oh, man.
Ooh, I wonder if you could eventually get that to a servo or 360 servo.
Oh, 360 servo. All right, guys, so we did a quick dry fit to see how the assembly was gonna go. It went together pretty quick. There's not much stuff to go, but there's some things you wanna go over, and we wanna really get to work out all the kinks before we do a build video.
Yeah, there's just a couple things if the manual doesn't really cover, especially like the props going on which way.
The manual only had 7 steps and missed all that stuff. So you're right. Yeah,
running the wires for the wingtips, stuff like that. There's a couple things we'll probably want to go over in just a little more detail to not necessarily in this video, but on our next video. Just covering a little of the basic stuff that we come across just our initial.
So, but here you can see dry fit. I don't know if you can see the LEDs flashing, but we got the driver is set for flashing and then on.
Look at those wheels. I gotta say, look at the wheels. They are huge. All right, and they're actually fast too. I'm pretty surprised how fast those are.
There you go. So oh, give it a little throttle, real low, 1%.
They're not calibrated yet.
Yep. So we're gonna go with that next video, how to calibrate both these motors so they spin at the same time. So we're outside in the parking lot and it's raining. We're gonna give it some. The LEDs are on. Alright, so thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for video 2, which would be the build video. Not really more of a build video, more of a
dry fit. Hey guys, so stay tuned for our next video. We're gonna go over the couple of things that we found in this. Hopefully it'll help you guys getting these built quicker without any issues or anything like that. So stay tuned for our next video and keep watching and subscribe below. 1 star, 2 stars,
4 stars. Ha 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 ha.
No, you can't do it.